What's going on, YouTube? It's your girl working in the dorm. I'm gonna do a dorm tour one of these days once I finish my wall. But I'm coming to you with another video because I changed my major. Yeah, I changed it. I was once pre-med, well, technically biological sciences with a concentration in pre-professional. We had to make a little switcheroo to healthcare administration with a minor in African American studies. Now, let me tell you why I changed my major. I changed my major because, well, let me start saying this. Like, growing up, like, being a doctor, being in the hospital, like, science, medicine, like, that was my thing. Like, in high school, I was an athletic trainer for 3 years. I took sports medicine classes. I was always in a science class. It was considered optional. I always took it. But like I got to college, and if you don't know, I go to UNLV. Got to college, got in that lecture with the professor, over 100 people in there, and it's like, no, Morgan, like this is not you, baby. Like, girl, that was like, it's not me. I'm not like trying to discourage anybody or scare anybody, but like it just wasn't my function, like wasn't my move, like wasn't my speed, like I wasn't feeling it like how like I was amped up in high school, you feel me? So this is, I want to say week, almost, I've been in college for almost a month. Some might say, Morgan, like you haven't even been in college that long to even know if you want to change your major or this, that, and the next. And it's like, I know me. And like another thing, my mama is paying for this. So it's like I'm not trying to be wasting her coin if I'm not really feeling it. So it's like, let me get out before like I'm really stuck and like finals come around, and it's like, why am I here? So yeah, like it was just like, it just wasn't for me. Like I'll be in lecture, like just sitting there, like I'm not learning anything. I'm looking at the screen, and I'm gonna have to go home and teach myself. Not saying like that's just for bio. I'm sure that's what other classes too. But I know me, and it's like the way. I learned this in my Science 101 lecture. There's a fixed mindset and there's a growth mindset. A fixed mindset is you have your plans figured out. You're not going to have any problems. You're just going to go for it, do it. That's it. My growth mindset, you're going to have some trials and tribulations. Like there's going to be problems, going to be bumps in the road, there's going to be some holes in the road, going to be a detour, but like that's with everybody. That's life in general, how I look at it. And it's like I'm trying to be in my bag by 25. Being pre-med, I wanted to be a family physician, so I would have had to do 4 years undergrad, then I'll have to do 4 years medical school. And then another thing, not saying I'm threatened by anyone, because I'm not, but you're in competition with everyone inside that lecture hall and then some. And it's like, it's not a guarantee I'm going to get into medical school. I'm not doubting myself, but it's like, I'm not trying to set myself up like that. I'm not trying to like stress myself out like that, because like life is too short. Like I'm trying to do what I need to do, get into my bag. I'm trying to get my bag by 25. Just going to say it like that, by 25. And being pre-med, like that wasn't gonna happen for me. And it's like, so we gotta make a change. And so now my major is healthcare administrations with a minor in African American studies. And basically I have this little paper so I can really like specifically read off what healthcare administration is, instead of like off the dome, in case anybody wants to know. Students in the undergraduate healthcare administration program gain a broad view of healthcare delivery system and healthcare management practices. They develop skills through the curriculum and internships to prepare them primarily for entry-level management positions in the organization, financing, and delivery healthcare services. That's more my speed. Being a businesswoman, making deals, and it's medicine. We're here to help people, healthcare. Let's find another way for healthcare to be accessible to everyone in this world. Because right now, like for an IUD, that's birth control, that's about $700-800 in the U.S. if you go somewhere, and it's another thing I learned that in my science. I love my science 101 lecture. Like, I love it. We have this ethics project coming up, and I'm really excited for it. But it's like there's this thing called medical tourism, where people travel outside of the country to go get medical services for cheaper. And it's the same thing that's being done. Just in the US, it costs more. Like, my professor, she told me, oh yeah, I have some medication, and with my insurance, like, it costs $700-$800, where I went on a Canadian pharmacy website and I got it for like $80. Same thing, does the exact same thing. And it's like, my goal overall, whether it's with pre-med, whether it's with healthcare administration, it's to help people, be useful, make a difference, know that like I like had an impact on like what's happening with the world. Like, that's what I want to do. And so I feel like with anything that I set my head out for, like, I'm gonna do it. And then with African American studies, it's like, why not? You know, like, it's different. I mean, a lot of people told me like, oh, don't go into African American studies, there's no money in there. But it's like, it's another thing. I'm not like, yeah, I'm doing it for the money, but at the same time, I don't want a job, I want a career. And I feel like with African American studies and with healthcare administration, they can go hand in hand with me being an African American female. I can know what the African American community needs. We need healthcare, we need benefits, we need this, we need that. And it's like, I gotta stay loyal to my soil, I gotta help my people. So that's how I'm moving right now. I mean, plans do change, it might not change. If it does, if it doesn't, I'm doing what's best for Morgan and like what makes me happy. So I mean, haters gonna hate and ain'ters gonna ain't. So yeah, change my major. I just dropped my chemistry class too. We had an exam next week. No. So that's another thing. I had like the option. So when I was pre-med, I had 15 credits. I was taking 15 credit classes. And it's like the minimum, like as a full-time student, you should be taking 12. So I was taking 15, which is just like an extra class. So if I was to drop both my bio lecture, and with bio lecture you have to take a lab, so that's two things right there, and my chemistry lecture, I would fall under the full-time requirements, which would put me at like, I think 8. And so if I stayed there, if I had like 8 credits, I'll have to like take more classes or take summer classes or like graduate late, and it's like, ain't nobody got time for that. So I had the option. It's like bio, it's like, okay, it's not rocket science, it's biology, you're just studying the body. Like, just knock it out, knock it out for the semester, get it over with. My access code expires in February anyways. So, and with chemistry, just drop chemistry. I wasn't really feeling it anyways. I didn't go to class. There was no point. Sorry, Mom. But, yeah. I'm about to be a businesswoman. And another thing with healthcare administration is a 4-year path. There's a salary on this too. Median salaries by discipline. And this is in 2010 and 2012, what studies show. And if you had a career in media and health service managers, your salary would range between $51,280 to $144,880 with a median salary of $85K. If you chose a career path with medical and human resource managers, you go from $61K to about $166K, median salary $100K. Social and community service managers, you go from $34K to $96K, median is about $58K. Either way, if it's a 4-year path and like if I stay determined, if I stay on my grind and do what I need to do for me, then it's like, okay, we good. Hopefully I'm gonna do internships and volunteer. That's another thing. I'm not gonna say what it is of volunteering. Like, that's gonna be a whole other video. But yeah, if I stay on my grind, 4-year path, get my BA, then hopefully I have a job, and start off good for me. I'll be 22 when I graduate college. Yes, I'll be 22. And then get that master's, shoot that paycheck up, live my lavish life. And I should be in my bag by 25, 26. That's the goal. But if y'all got any questions, hit me up on social media. I'll link all that down below. So